Hello, everyone, and welcome to part 3 of the Ruinland Environment Creation series. This one is going to be going over the landscape material that I created for this scene. You can see in the beginning here, I've already placed some foliage on the ground off camera. Those are just Megaskin assets, and I just painted them on by hand with the landscape foliage painting tool inside of Unreal Engine. So the technique I'm using for the landscape material is I'm actually going to be using uh, the slope and height map of the landscape basically to procedurally place the the textures that I'm using. And these textures I got from Megascans. They came with the foliage that you see. The only difference is that I do end up actually tinting the color of the grass to be more of a like bright green because it's kind of this sort of dead color in the beginning. But you'll see in this that I will create a series of nodes that allows me to use the height of the terrain and the different slope variations to place the material. And you'll notice me messing around with the biases, which are basically like how much of an angle it will place a certain material at. And it'll be showing up on the screen as like a black and white while that's happening on the actual landscape, and the white is where it's placing the material and the black is where it's not. And I'm doing that with this world aligned blender that you see me messing with here. And later on in this time lapse, which will be about 6 minutes long, I believe, you'll also see me use a technique for alleviating texture repetition in the environment. And it's a technique that changes the tiling of a texture based on how far away it is from you. And I do a little bit of fine tuning off camera at the end of this time lapse. It won't look quite like it does in the final, but all I do is that I end up tuning the numbers. Basically, you want it so that the tiling is there's less tiles when it's further away from you, right? So that you don't actually see the tiling as clearer or as clearly, but when you're up close to it, you want it to have more tiles so that the texture is higher resolution. And the technique I use ends up doing a pretty good job of this, and I think it's pretty hard to notice the tiling in the environment, especially once I add in the lighting effects later and the post effects and the depth of field blur. It's pretty hard to notice. But yeah, this time will be about 6 minutes long, and you'll get to see me creating the whole process. And enjoy.